Jagmeet Singh was at the Alstom plant in Thunder Bay this afternoon. The federal NDP leader made an announcement where he took credit for 3 new federal initiatives that he says will help make life more affordable for workers here and for people across the country. Lee Noonan was there.
Declaring victory, the federal NDP leader says his party forced the Trudeau Liberals' hand, not only with the expected funding for under 12 dental care, but he's also taking credit for 2 more programs announced a few hours earlier in a government affordability package.
So we fought hard and have been demanding since the spring that the Liberal government step up and give people some respect, the dignity to be able to afford their own groceries. And we have won. We have forced this government to deliver 3 things. Each of these items would not have happened but for the fact that we forced the government to deliver on this respect for people.
In addition to an income-tested $650 a year in dental care for uninsured children under 12, the proposed legislation promises to double the GST tax credit and increase renter support through the Canadian Housing Benefit. Policies Singh says will benefit families and workers in the region. Singh also toured the Alstom plant, speaking with workers earlier in the day.
Well, we've seen the incredible expertise that this plant has, the history that this plant has in delivering real infrastructure for public transit. So many of the infrastructure, or so many of the public transit projects that we see across this country are cars that were built here in this facility. These are trains that were built here in this facility.
Workers at the plant say they spoke to Singh about the urgent need for new public contracts at the plant if they're to have any hope of retaining workers.
When we use public money to invest in things like public transit, we need to make sure that there's a local content requirement. We absolutely believe that's the right thing to do. And we've long been calling for the federal government to be investing public money into projects that create jobs in our country.
Singh calls for a reversal to the Ford government's reduction of a local content requirement for public projects, saying he wants to see at least 25% local content at the provincial level, and that in the right circumstances, he would want even higher numbers for federal projects. Lee Noonan, TBT News.